Hi, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Digital literacy for all CDS. We're glad to have you here again in the year 2026. And it is a wholesome opportunity for us to make an impact again in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, if you can hear me, I want to say a big thank you to you for all of the great works we were able to do in 2025. And here we are for the first national CDS in 2026. Ladies and gentlemen, please can you just populate the chat box by telling me where you're joining me from and your expectation for today's national CDS. I'm rest assured that so many of us are prepared for today's national CDS because we actually want to speak about the personal CDS. I know some of us will be like, what's the personal CDS? What are these guys trying to say? What are they insinuating? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, welcome on board. So just tell me where you're joining me from, the state, and probably your expectation for today. We're expecting to hear that from the chat box. I can see Lami saying she's joining us from okay, I'm seeing Oyo Ibadan joining us, View D. Please, can you change your names to your real name so we can call you not your nicknames, right? Idris, we can see you're joining us from Quara. That's good. That's good. Let's make no. Yeah. Yeah. Philip joining us from Ondo, Oyo. We can see Adigoke joining us from Oyo. We're waiting for other states. Quara is still here. We're waiting for other states as we join in. Right? Let's populate the chat box. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, just copy this link. I think some of your core members that are your colleagues in your state would want to be part of the CDS this morning. Once again, I say a big welcome to you all and thank you. I can see people joining us all the way from Cross River. Thank you. People joining us all the way from Bauchi. I can see people joining us all the way from Oyo. We are the Lagos folks. We are the FCT folks. We are the Benway folks. Where are you all? So, without further ado, we'll go straight into why we're here today. We are speaking on leveraging personal CDS to jumpstart your career or businesses. And one thing we know in digital, in DL for all CDS is that we know that there are three major things that we are focused on. Either you get something you want to do before your end of the service, or you start something, or you start applying for school, right? So we believe that this is a very timely topic, and we want everyone to actually listen attentively because we have a whole lot of success stories and people who are actually doing personal CDS as we speak. And I know you, as a person, wouldn't left out. I know you wouldn't want to be left out. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, we're going to actually be going straight into the national anthem. And if our admin is ready, at the count of three, we're going to be starting with our national anthem. Um, if you're ready, we are ready.
Nigeria, be healthy, our own native land. No tribe and tongue may differ, in brotherhood we stand. Nigeria's all and proud to serve our sovereign motherland. Our flag shall be our symbol, that truth and justice reign. In peace all power to honor, and peace become as gain. To handle to our children, our banner we all sing. Oh God of all creation, grant this our one request. Help us to build a nation where no man is oppressed. And so with peace and plenty, Nigeria shall be blessed.
Thank you. And Nigeria shall be blessed. And I pray we all are going to be blessings to Nigeria because this is our motherland. Once again, I say a big thank you to every one of us who has joined in. And I think it's also a very good platform for us to reach out to our colleagues, reach out to our friends, and let them know that the National CDS has started. And we have a very timely topic today in front of us. And I'm surprised that so many of us might, I'm not going to be surprised because so many of us might not even know what the topic is speaking to and how does this work. But because today and every national CDS, which we have every second Thursday of month, is meant to enlighten us and bring us into the cognition of why we need to be problem solvers in our locality and wherever we find ourselves. The topic today before us, like I said, I'm reiterating again, is saying leveraging personal CDS. The question is, what is personal CDS? I know so many of us will be wondering what personal CDS is. And some of us will be wondering how to jumpstart your career. I know so many of us are discovering and actually trying to know what our personal purpose is. But ladies and gentlemen, if you're not with your pen, if you're not with your jotters, you're not with your notepad, please get one because today is going to be very enlightening. Today is actually going to bring us out of the dark that we are. And we expect that so many of us, as we speak today, would actually start a personal CDS project. And by God's grace, we would actually be having a WhatsApp group where we're going to mentor everyone who is ready to be part of a personal CDS project. Everyone, everyone who is ready to be part of a personal CDS project. With me here, we have Mr. Udeme, we have Mrs. Lamish, and we also have our very own Mr. Tayo, who is going to be coming up. Today, we're going to be having a discussion. Hey, discussion. We're not going to actually be shouting. So that's why you really need to understand and follow through so that you would actually be a blessing to Nigeria. You would also actually be a problem solver in your community because whether you like it or not, problems are part of life to every human being. But the problem where we are going to actually be standing tall is what solution are you providing? And this is where your personal CDS comes in. This is where your personal CDS comes in. So I want to firstly say, I need you to actually tell me your expectation and what you understand by personal CDS. In the group, just tell me what you understand by personal CDS. And the first person I'm going to be bringing on the call today, I'm going to be bringing up my very own boss, a thought leader, a coach, and a mentor to so many of us cut across the globe. He has always been passionate about Nigerian youth. And sometimes I wonder why this passion is still standing. Is because he sees us and he wants us to be better. And you can barely see many people like him. And I want to say a big thank you for you to find out time to be here again, Mr. Tayo. We are grateful. Please, admin, can you actually help us bring Mr. Tayo on the call? Please, ladies and gentlemen, in the chat box, can we welcome Mr. Tayo Oloshunde, the founder of MindTheGap, a thought leader, a coach, a philanthropist. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not happy. You're not happy to see my boss. I think we're going to end this national CDS if you're not happy to see him. Come on, populate the chat box and say welcome to Mr. Tayo Loshinde. Thank you so much for being here.
I'm sure they are happy. Mayowa, thank you so much.
You're welcome,
Thank
sir.
you so much. This is so exciting. I'm super excited to be here. Trust me. I said to myself, if there's anything I want to do this year, I want to be able to have quality time with our core members, especially members of this CDS and any other CDS whatsoever that we have the opportunity of interfacing with. So I want to congratulate every one of you that are on this call, and I want to especially just appreciate, and celebrate every single one of our presidents and members of the ESCO who have been giving so much of yourself, to this CDS and to your service here. Mine is going to be a very short one, and later on, perhaps just have some interactive sessions with as many of you as are ready and are good to go. So, but the first thing I want to just say generally is I can almost say this without any iota of doubt that every one of you on this call today, they are individuals who have made up their mind that they want to succeed. They are individuals who have looked into whatever the challenges is in the country, and they have said, no matter what, against all odds, I really, really want to be a success. So what does that mean? It's basically you have looked into your life, you have looked into your development, and you said to yourself, no matter what it takes, I really want to make it. And that is one of all those things that inspire someone like myself and many of the other guys who are going to be on this call to come and share their own story, to come and tell you, the little thing they understand about what it takes to really, against all odds, break through every barriers and really define your career and your business and succeed in them, leveraging what you have around you. And today we're just basically focusing on one element that I have seen in 17 years of working with core members to see many of them leverage this thing called personal CDS as a way of really, really jumpstarting their career or entrepreneurship endeavor. As many of you are aware, our vision at the CDS is to be the best CDS, assisting all our members to make the most of their service share. What this simply means is that we want to be the best CDS, and the only way we can do that is to look at how to assist core members that are close to us to leverage all the unique opportunities that NYSC has provided. Because success is nothing but the ability to leverage available opportunities. I mean, the reason why people want to japa is because there are opportunities in the place where they want to japa to, and they leverage all those opportunities, to kind of improve their life. The same way, if you look around you sufficiently, if you have not been able to, even if you want to, I don't have any problem with that. Just make sure you do the right thing, right? But as far as you are still here, I just want to encourage you to look around you and ask yourself, what are the opportunities around me? And like I always say to you, many of you who have been close to me, my own life changed in 2001. Don't ask me how long ago that was, when I learned about a simple principle called SWOT analysis, which is basically strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. And when I understand that I have a personal SWOT analysis, which means I have personal strength that I must never allow anything to discourage me to acknowledge what are my personal strengths. I have personal weaknesses. I must recognize the weaknesses that I have that have potential of stopping me from achieving my goal. I have opportunities, which means different from what the next person to me has. Even no matter what the country is saying, I have the unique opportunity that's beckoning at me, which most of the time are usually they're actually dressed in problems. Opportunities around many of us are usually like problems. They look at problems. Many people call problems really are opportunities that we can catch in on. And of course, threats. Threats are things that are available in our environment that are designed to stop us. No matter how much you try to pull yourself through, all those threats are just all around you, and they have potential of pulling you down and not allowing you to succeed. But once you understand this personal SWOT analysis, which is what is called developing your own personal strategy. And like I always say, there's a difference between planning and strategy. Planning is a list of activities that you want to do within a particular time, within a particular space to achieve a given, objective. But where strategy looks a little further into looking at, yes, I have a plan, but every single one of my plan also have potential things that can stop me from achieving this plan. So if I understand what are the potential threats that are designed to stop me from achieving my well laid out plan, then my own is to look for mitigations against all those plans. In recent times, I start having conversations with young people around me about the need to even encourage a lot of our young people to understand the corporate concept of the concept of risk analysis. A lot of people are not risk conscious. We're not conscious of risk around us, and that's why people fail. People are not aware that every single thing that you have well planned, including your life, there are risk things, there are risk all around you, which most of us run away from. But risks are not meant to be run away from. Risks are meant to be understood and to really work and design a strategy to overcome. Everyone has risk. Trust me. Don't let anybody deceive you. Oh, your life is well. Even those who are abroad, there are risk elements all around everybody that you need to understand. And what are risks? Risks are situations, circumstances, whatever it is that are designed, to actually make you fail. But when you understand your weakness, you understand your threats, you understand the risk around your life, then you know that the most important responsibility you have to yourself is to ensure you build on your strength, you manage your weaknesses, you identify your opportunities, which are problems that are looking for solutions. Then you walk around the threat by ensuring that these threats that are around you, you don't allow them to actually capitulate you and make you fail. I say this, not everyone that is on this call is really interested in success. Not every core member you see around you are really interested in success. But each and every one of us, we must make up our mind to say, you know what? Not being successful is not an option for me. I want to really, especially at the beginning of a new year like this, I want to be successful. I'm aware of the challenges around me. I'm aware of all the things that might not be working. But against all these odds, I still want to be successful. And these are not just something you say in your head, or you allow the NFAs around you to say, oh, well, is it about just saying it? No, it's about a decision that an active and intelligent mind needs to make. Whether you eventually succeed or not is not the issue. But as an intelligent person that's not just a mere mammal, you need to come to terms with yourself that I'm aware of the challenges around me, but I still want to be successful. There's a particular quotation that I love to quote a lot. Way back, it said, every day in Africa, a lion wakes up knowing fully well that he must run very well to catch the next, I forgot the name of the animal, otherwise he will go hungry. In the same way, the gazelle knows that when he wakes up in the morning, he must run so fast to escape being taken by the next available lion in order to preserve his life. That's the way you must think. You must recognize that when you wake up every morning, no matter what the class of degree you finish with, your background, whatever it is, you must realize that you must do something today. And this is not just about motivation and inspiration. It's a thing to be done. If you are still a human being and you have a breath in your nostril and you really, really care about your life and you really, really think you even think you are smart and intelligent, you must plan to be successful. Maybe not plan, you must even desire to be successful. And success doesn't mean, driving a Bentley or living in a 6-bedroom, 8 toilets apartment with jacuzzi. No, it's about ensuring that whatever it's possible for you to make your life very successful, no matter what. And you're not going to steal, you're not going to do armed robbery, you're not going to do any other thing, but you just want to be successful. And this is what I'm going to say to you in the next 3 to 5 minutes as relate to where you are right now. Remember what I said, you take advantage of everything around you to really define your own personal journey. And what I'm about to talk about this morning is the concept of personal CDS. It's a decision I make this year that I want to really sponsor and support and mentor a minimum of 1,000 core members that want to do personal CDS, especially if you can understand how your CDS how the personal CDS is aligning to accelerating the achievement of the sustainable development goal. How your CDS can help us in accelerating the achievement of the renewed hope agenda of the current administration. And it doesn't matter whether you are an obedient or you are a PDP or you are what. It's not about that. It's about what we have right now as an agenda, as a national imperative before right now, is achieving the mandate of the current administration, which is defined really in renewed hope agenda. But what it simply means that the needs of people around you is what is couched inside that concept called renewed hope agenda. So what's the first thing? I need 1,000 of you, and it's not just everybody, who can think about a solution in your community to solve the problem of people that you can solve. It's not something you can solve. It has to be something you already have the capacity, you already have the understanding, and resources to solving it will not be a problem. Because if a problem is really a problem, trust me, the solution to it is all around you. So what am I trying to say? I am looking for 1,000 of you who can come up with a solution to accelerate the achievement of the sustainable development goals, which means that the first thing you need to understand is, what are these sustainable development goals? Which one resonates with my own personal career? Which is, what problem would I like to all these problems people talk about? And I'm going to share a few of them before I round up, with you. For example, they said every Nigerian secondary school graduate today, before you can graduate to do WAEC, you need to do your WAEC through computer-based training. I'm looking for 1,000 or 100 of you who can say, yes, I am going to look out for 50 to 100 students in my immediate environment, in the school where I'm serving. And I'm going to see the possibility of creating, even if it's just one desktop in a school, which we are going to call, your AI window, your digital literacy window. It might be a desktop, it might be 2 desktops, it might be 5 desktops, depending on what your capacity can handle. To say, I'm going to look for a school where they don't have any one of all those infrastructure. And I'm going to put a desktop 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 as my personal CDS. And I'm going to look at all those secondary school graduates who are about to do WAEC in the next 1 year, SS2, SS3. I'm going to work with the school to set up a kind of a timetable where a minimum of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them can interface with this desktop once every week, 1 hour minimum every week for a minimum of 50 hours. I'm going to train them on how to use, you are going to be solving a serious problem for this country, for their parents, and for these students. And they are all around you. The schools are all around you, anywhere you are in any part of this country. And I can guarantee you, if you can articulate, and we're going to give you a template of a simple template that you can use to create such project as a personal CDS. We are going to support you. We are going to find a way to help you, to find the resources, to make that happen. Not necessarily because I have the money. We are going to work together to create a template to ensure we can get a laptop, we can get a desktop, we can get the facility, we can get the power, everything that we need to do. Once you can tell me, I can find 50 minimum secondary school, SS3, SS2 that I'm going to work with in the next, 3 to 4 to 5 months to prepare them for WAEC. And of course, by preparing them, you're also preparing them for JAM. And also by doing that, we also train them how to be computer digital literate, because we are digital literacy champions. And we must go the extra mile by doing this extra thing as part of what we do. All right. So that's number one, thing I'm placing on your table. Anyone who embraces that as a personal, we show you how to make it happen without it colliding with all the mandates you also have in your CDS that you do every day. And those of you who are ready to do this, I can guarantee you, you will be happy, because not only will it help the community, it will help you personally to become a problem solver. It will help you personally to look back and say, during my service here, as you are writing on your CV, I contributed to actually, accelerating AI literacy and AI competencies, which is the most important solution all of us can bring on the table. What are the other things? Of course, for those of you who are also interested in being a teacher, all right? You are a teacher, maybe you are a trained teacher, or you want to be an educator. You are all aware of the program we are currently doing, and it's called, AI, Experience AI program. I'm still looking for maybe another 1,000 of you. I can talk to your fellow community that's going to say, you know what? Beyond just setting up infrastructure, I am interested, in actually becoming an AI educator. Somebody who himself is understand this AI. And I'm not saying it's in addition to what you're already doing, with digital literacy. I want to dedicate a day that is not my CDS day. If you have that time, maybe you're a teacher or somebody who is a teacher, to really become an AI empowered educator. Our country so needs it. SDG so needs it. The government of Nigeria so needs it. And if I can find 100, 200, 1,000 of you, and you are ready to do this, or your fellow core members, bring them closer. Let's solve this problem. Finally, all these problems I'm talking about, they are already around tech. Nigeria currently now has several IT infrastructure all over the country. I can guarantee you there are nothing less than 1,000 computer centers that are being built, but it's not being maximized. One of the projects we also want to do, which is available for any one of you here or your friends, we want to train you to be a computer engineer, somebody who can fix and repair computers. And once you find them, assign such person to any one or two, to any one of all those computer centers that government has built but is not being used. Assign you there, train you on how to repair, train you on how to manage a hub like that, and work with you to ensure that that center is fully optimized, bringing young people in that community to come and use it, both to prepare for their WAEC or JAM, both to also get them to become AI competent and digital literate. So these, for me, are 3 projects that we are willing to support you to do. And how will it help you as a person? It will help you to become a problem solver. Because when you sign up for this program, we'll train you on how to be a problem solver through a program that's called design thinking. How to design a program. And when you learn such a skill, it will not only help you in your business, it will help you in your career, and it will make you the kind of person Nigeria is looking for. Every employer is looking for problem solvers. And everybody call me, Tayo, can you send me 10 core members? Can you send me 5 core members? Competent. We are going to take care of their welfare. We are going to take care of their, people are looking for people, core members, young people, to help them solve their problem. Of course, the other final one, which I forgot to say, is a new product we just launched that is called, Youth Business NG, Youth Biz NG. What is this project meant to do? I'm also looking for 1,000 of you who can go to become what we call aggregators. What are aggregators? Aggregators of young people who learn how to use Google Business Profile very well. You know how to use the Google Business Profile, and you want to use it to help businesses, small businesses, artisans, traditional businesses that are not leveraging technology. You want to identify about 10 of all those businesses in your community and walk into them and say, you know what, I want to help you to optimize your Google Business Profile. And once I help you to do that, I will sign you up on a program that is called, Youth Biz NG. What does Youth Biz NG mean? Youth Biz NG is a platform we have created to aggregate all Nigerian youth-owned or youth-led businesses. So it might be a carpenter shop, it might be a furniture shop, it might be just any business that is not yet leveraging tech. It might even be a just one-man business artisan. Just approach them. Oga, I want to help you to take this your business and put it online, so that people can start, like they do abroad, can start accessing your business from remotely. And I'm not just talking about Nigeria, from Canada, from America. Many of our Nigerian people, which is one of our part of the business we are doing with YouBiz, we are telling Nigerians to go on YouBiz and support Nigerian businesses, support Nigerian youth businesses, help these young businesses to really, really actually, solve your problem in Nigeria. So you start accessing funds, you start accessing customers from all over Nigeria, from all over Africa, from America, from Canada. We have champions in all those places who are going to be directing customers to that website. So, but we need you. We need 1,000 of you who are going to be what we call, aggregators. You are going to look for, I want to go to this old Surulere community and put every business that is not currently on Google Business Profile, put them on Google Business. And after I put them and help them to maximize their product, I will also connect them and onboard them to the Youth Biz NG. Those of them who don't have a CAC registration, I'm going to help them to do free CAC registration through the program that was recently launched by Smida, and we are going to be partnering with them. So I'm looking for 1,000. It might not be you, it might be your friend who is saying, I don't know what to do after NYSC. get them to sign up for any one of all those projects. And I can guarantee you, and you see there are more projects we also have, that if you sign up for this project, not only are you going to be able to do something, you are going to get the right support, and you are going to actually do this project after your NYC as a social enterprise, or you are going to use the results, the experience you have doing this project to promote your own career and go and do your business, go and get your degree, go and get your master's program, or get a decent job. Why? Because during your service year, you are not just an otondo, you are very active, and you deploy yourself actively to doing something that is going to impact your community. I know I've said so much, but there's so much more to say, but I'm going to leave so that I can allow other speakers. But I'm going to be here to actually answer your questions. And very soon, we're going to create a WhatsApp where I'm going to be personally there to work with you, give you resources, and bring all our other colleagues. Because anybody have goals. My own goal this year, my own personal goal, my own, if I don't do it, I will not have, I will consider I didn't succeed this year, is to help a minimum of 1,000 core members to do an impactful personal CDS that will not only help them to impact their community, that will help them to get a better job or start their own business or be able to gain some experience that can help them with their post-NYSC master's program. That is my own personal success, my own personal success goal this year. So you can't say you can't find help, because I want to achieve that. And I know people around me also who want to help me to achieve that. Other project we have that might interest you is a project around preventive health. We want to put, 10,000 preventive health managers in every ward in Nigeria. These are projects that already have backings, if you know people who are interested in it. All right? So reach out and let's do it together. And I believe not just now, you maximize your service share, and you'll also be able to say, after NYC, I did something that make a difference in my life. Thank you very much. Maiwa, I yield back to you. Thank you.
Please, can we put our hands together for Mr. Tayo? Thank you so much, sir. We are so grateful. I think right now we just want to jump into an interactive session with both all the past and present people that has gone through the personal CDS, those that have done it before now, those that are doing it, and we just want to get their experiences. And please, can you help us bring them on stage? While you're bringing them on stage, Mr. Tayo stated so many things, which I want to reiterate some of them. So please stay put to the chat box, because we're going to be sending the group link for the WhatsApp, so we differentiate the groups. So we have so many projects now. Firstly, those that want to go into their personal CDS, don't forget 1,000 people that want to go into personal CDS, and you're already happy because Mr. Tayo is going to be sponsoring you, ladies and gentlemen, and we clear KPIs for everybody to be able to achieve this. I think it's something worthy of celebrating. We also have the Experience AI, 1,000 people also to be, for those persons. Don't forget, we're talking about being a problem solver here. We also spoke about Youth Biz NG, for us to actually aggregate businesses, those people that are actually doing something wherever they are, and actually we want to actually help them so we can see them online, and even people in diaspora, not just people doing businesses in Nigeria, but those everywhere. We are big on that. And lastly, the preventive help. So we have so many projects, and I know you want to start the year. I know so many of you wrote down in your books that this year you want to be productive. Now you have the opportunity to be productive. So don't sit down, don't watch and look at people doing a whole lot of progress, right? While you're sitting at the back. Ensure you're part of this project. A WhatsApp link is going to be posted very soon, where you have to actually just click the link, join the group, and you join one of the groups that you know you're really interested in. Please, admin, can you bring them up on stage? Yes, we have the first person, Mr. Odemer. Can we have others on stage so we could make it more interactive? All right, so let's just start with Mr. Odemer. If he's here, okay, Lamish, please, you can on your camera so we can see your faces. That's great, Mr. Odemer. Thank you so much for joining once again. Lamish, please, can we actually see you and unmute your mic? Thank you so much. So I would not want to do the introduction. I'll just give them the space to actually do the conversation. Mr. Odame, can we meet you, please?
Okay. Hi, Mayowa. Hi, everybody. Good to see you
Morning.
guys. Happy New Year. And I hope and pray this year is going to be one of your best. So, my name is Udeme. I wear a lot of hats. So, let me think of where to start. So, I'm the founder of Scale Up Foundation. It's a non-profit. I'm a digital marketer trainer. I'm a L&D, learning and development, SEO specialist, search engine marketing specialist, and a trainer, mentor, and I couldn't have told you all of that if I didn't do a personal CDS project
That's right.
because I never studied anything that relates to any of those subjects, right? What I studied in the university was mechanical engineering, and I never would have thought, I never would have believed that I would find myself in the tech space today and doing things in the social space. So that is a little brief. But the backstory to all of that is because I had a personal CDS project to do during service year. And so maybe when I'm sharing my story, I'll let you guys know the details of how I got here. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think this is already getting interesting. It's already getting interesting because it's already speaking to how he got his career and how he started his business. Ladies and gentlemen, I think you're not sitting on the bicycle or sleeping on the bicycle. Ensure you're listening because today is going to really, really be interesting. All right, let's hear from you, Lamish.
Okay,
Can we
good
meet?
morning, everyone. Okay, so can you hear me all?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay, my name is Shalom Ushakulamishi. I'm a corp at 7 here in Plateau State, and I'm also the vice president to Mind the Gap. And I believe currently I have a project that I am working on in relating to CDS also. So yes, I think that's it. So
All right. Thank you so
yes,
much. So we're still
welcome.
expecting one of our generation leaders. So once she is up, I think the network is really messing up with her. But once she's up, we're going to bring her up on stage. So without further ado, we're just going to ask a question. We're going to just actually make it more interactive so everybody can just be on the same page with us. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
Yes,
All right.
yes,
Very well.
sir.
So the first question is, what problem did you identify and in the community that you actually did your personal project? What problem did you identify? And why did you come up with that problem?
Who
So I'll
goes
start
first?
with Mr.
Okay. So I served 2015, 2016 in the state of Oshun, um, Ayedire local government in the village, Ilogbo village. That actually happens to be Mr. Tayo's village, right? The man that just finished speaking with you guys, that happens to be his village. So I served there 2015, 2016. I mean, there's a lot of backstory to how we met, but I remember always heading to CDS and getting this pep talks from LGI, about how we should embark on a personal CDS and all the benefits it could bring to us. Now, the tech thing was not so popular back then. Right? It wasn't so popular because I even remember the very night the whole batch of our CDS, the whole batch of the local government met with Mr. Tayo. It was like, who is computer literate? And interestingly, out of the 21 of us inside his parlor, I was the only person that raised a hand. Very interesting because I had basic knowledge of how these things play out. So what I actually took out as my personal CDS projects, like in your age now, that should be maybe about 9 years ago, was not really tech related. So what I saw that was the challenge there was just basic amenities. Basic amenities. I fixed a borehole. I rehabilitated a borehole. It was already existing, but it wasn't functional. The underground pump had died, and every other thing. It wasn't just working. So that is what I did. So I identified that as a problem of that community among several other places. But I just picked that one. I think two of my other colleagues did some other. The other one fixed a toilet. The other one did some other things. So they were not really techie stuff, and it's a remote village. So your choice of what you're going to be doing is going to be largely dependent on your locality, where you're serving, and what is actually prevalent as a challenge. Yeah,
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. That's very, very apt. So, ladies and gentlemen, you're seeing the passion, you're seeing where it started from. So let's hear from Lamish.
Okay. So like I said, I'm still serving. Currently, I'm still serving. So I have a project. Like I said, I'm working on youth empowerment, digital training, and youth empowerment. And one of the problem that I saw that I want to solve, or I'm looking to solve in rather, is in the aspect of skill, in the aspect of skill acquisition. With the interaction I had with most of the youth in the community, you find out that there are a whole lot of persons that have skills, probably catering, baking, barbing, and a whole lot of them. But it's very difficult, or they don't know how to put their business out there. It's very difficult for them to put their business out there, to tell people that, okay, this is what I'm doing. I think this is relating to me while starting my business, because I'm into makeup and I sell jewelry. It was very difficult for me to try to engage people, talking to them about my business, whereby there's social media like Instagram, there's social media like Facebook, WhatsApp, trying to interact with them. Okay, this is what I do. So I brought the aspect of digital training and skill acquisition. So we're not just teaching you on, we're not just teaching them about skill acquisition. We're not just teaching you about, okay, this is what you have to do in catering or what. We're going to teach you on how to put your business out there, how to put your business on social media, how to make sure, how to position yourself. I think that's what, how to position yourself there, social media management, how to ensure that how to upscale your business also. So you find out that a lot of people probably they know about Facebook, but there's a big difference in advertising your business on Facebook and advertising your business on Instagram and advertising your business on WhatsApp. So I saw that aspect of in as much as you have a skill, but then digital training is going to help you, or it's going to help the youth in that community per se. So thank you. I think that's it.
All right, thank you so much, Lamish. I think where you really function in the project that Mr. Tayo just said is the youth bees, right? The youth bees where we aggregate business. I think you're going to be one of the champions. Not even I think you're going to be one of the champions championing that, because we are actually speaking to a project that is actually timely. Thank you so much for that. Okay, the next question to you, Mr. Odeme, and same goes to Lamish, is at what point during your service here did you realize your CDS project could become more than just a requirement?
interesting. Great question. Thank you. Okay, so um, CDS, personal CDS is actually really challenging. Now I must state that for a fact, because back then, I mean, you guys just listen to Mr. Tayo now. I'm telling you, just bring the interest and we're going to sponsor it. And that is actually very interesting. It's more like they're handing over to you a platter of gold.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's something you should actually jump on. So we jumped in blindly, right? And I didn't foresee the challenges that I experienced, because by the time my project was approved, it was just a month to passing out. So it puts me in a very tight corner. So I had to find a way to complete that project, or whatever penalty NYC would dish on me. So there was a lot involved, right? And so I had to give it all the push. I had to give it all the push. I remember, of course, personal CDs are not supposed to use your money, right? So you're supposed to go around the community and source for funds. Source for funds means asking people for money. So technically, you're begging. You're actually begging to fund the projects in the community where you are serving. So technically, you're begging. So I had this friend of mine that was always very nice, to walk around with me, to do all of that. She would be telling me something like, "Guy, see this is way they do, but I no fit do am." More like swearing, but I no fit to this the way they do, but but somehow I still found courage in the struggles, right? I found courage in the struggles, did a lot of writing of letters, reached out to some people that referred me to other people. I never would have thought that it was going to be an event that would change the entire trajectory of my life. Trust me, it changed everything. It changed everything, everything. I never would have thought. So this fateful day, Sunday, it was a Sunday. I remember leaving church Like, okay, let me just go follow up. Somebody that I sent the letter to, hopefully I can get some funds. I was counting down 2 weeks to passing out. And I'm just greeting. Then Mr. Tayo drove past us. So, he's very jovial and very friendly face. He greeted us. Like, he greeted us like he has known us before. So I'm like, okay. So let me just take advantage of this very friendly face. And so when I went to him, I mean, he was in the house. There's a big barricade. So I went to knock and greet, and he came up very friendly. When I told him I'm a core member, I was like, "Oh, interesting." I mean, there's a little backstory to her meeting. There's a little backstory, but that is not for this discussion. So he was able to pick my name from a previous discussion like a year ago, and then a fresh discussion started. So you're doing personal projects. I'm like, yes, okay. So show me the project. I told him, okay, so bring the budget. Let's look at it. I was I was a little bit awestruck. I'm like, this is the first reception I've gotten among all the other ones I've met. Um, he was like, okay, so bring your colleagues, let's have a meet. It was a Salah period, so he came for Salah, right? And I brought my colleagues, and it turned out that too many people showed up than we expected. Interestingly, so I mean, his wife had to go inside the rain to make food for us. We had a long discussion. Long story made short. How many of you are computer literate here? I'm the only one that rested. And it was like Google program is coming up. Um, you know, the training is coming and all of that. So nobody really showed interest, right? Nobody really showed interest. So I was like, okay, so break your project down. Let's work it out. I worked it out. He sends the money. That was how I could finish my project. That was how I could finish my project. My project was commissioned on my very last CDS day. So Mind the Gap, I must say, I tell it to everybody that cares to hear, Mind the Gap was my breakthrough. Mind the Gap is my success story. To anybody that cares to hear, Mind the Gap was my breakthrough. Mind the Gap is my success story. Mr. Tayo is my success story. Mr. Tayo was my breakthrough. It's my breakthrough, right? So that presented itself to me because I just jumped in blindly. So if you want to ask me at what point, I'll really say at the point of meeting Mind the Gap. At the stage when I met Mr. Tayo, and he told me, okay, so let's work this thing out together. Meanwhile, it was the last person I met. I'd met like maybe 30 people plus, and I didn't get, maybe I got just 5,000 naira in a project of maybe 120,000 back then. So that was my break. That was my break at that point. And I can remember when service year finished, and he asked me to send my CV. So I sent my CV. Then the Google project, the Google Digital Skills project was just starting. And I didn't know my left from my right, to be very sincere. I didn't know my left from my right. I remember traveling from Akwa Ibom to Northern Cross River, which is about maybe 8 hours journey to handle my first training session. And that was how I started. I can tell you for free that I didn't know my left from my right when I started teaching digital skills during the Google Digital Skills project. And that changed everything. That actually changed everything. I'm currently one of the 9 champion trainers on the continent. So I'm just buying time for my what to come back. I'm currently one of the 9 champion trainers on the continent. I remember in 2019, Google gave us an all-expense paid trip to London. In 2019, Google gave us that all-expense paid trip. I'm just one of the 9 from the continent, actually, from the continent. I remember from this same project as well, I've climbed some big stages that on a normal day I'm not supposed to. From that same personal CDS project. I remember from this same project also, after we returned from London, there's this brand that manages the Google Digital Skills project for Google, Upskill. So Upskill absorbed us. So I got a remote job that I did not get an interview. Like it was express. It was an express offer, right? So my breakthrough at the point that I knew that this was going to be the change and everything was when I met MindTheGap, was when I met Tayo. And I'm here now. I have a social enterprise that I'm also running myself. I'm also building capacity, also building capacity with humans, building capacity with businesses, and all of that. The credit all goes to Mind the Gap and to Mr. Tayo. So thank you. Maya, are you there? Lamish, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I
Okay,
think
I
it's his
think
network.
we're in for a bit here.
Sir? Sorry.
Maya, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now.
Can you hear me? All
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Thank
yeah.
you so much. I think network is literally doing me very strong thing here. Thank you so much. Lamisha, are you on the call?
Yes, I am. Yes, sir.
Okay, I think her network is also doing her very strong thing
I
too.
can
Can you
hear
hear
you
me
clearly,
now,
sir.
Lamisha? All
I
right.
can.
So
I
please
can.
help us not to off your camera again. All right. So
Mm.
I'll just go straight with a different question. How what skill did you? Okay, I think you're still doing your project, so it's going to speak this way. Can you share a moment during your CDS project that confirmed that you were on the right path? What has actually given you that confidence that you are on the right path? Can you hear me? Did you hear what I said?
I didn't get your question.
The last one again.
Network. I didn't get your question.
Okay, let me reiterate again.
All right.
You share a moment. Can you hear me? Can you share a moment during your CDS, your personal CDS project, that made you felt like you are on the right path? I think our network is really
Yeah, network is bad
good.
now.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's get to hear from Mr. Odeme on that part. A moment that
Please,
you
the
felt
question
like you're
again.
on the right path,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. The
and
moment I
how were
felt
you
I
able
was,
to balance? And how were you I want to add another question to it, so maybe you could just actually do justice to that in a very short period of time.
okay.
So, how are you able to balance your CDS activities with your place of primary service assignment?
Okay, balancing it was actually not so difficult for me because I served in a school. And school is just from 8 to 2 o'clock. So from 8 to 2 o'clock, and you're out to have a life. So from 2 o'clock to whatever time you can run around to source was enough time for me actually. It was actually enough time for me to run things up. And I was serving in a village, so it doesn't so much demanding, as I may say, doesn't so much of a demand um, to 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 be able to put those things together. But largely, what you should understand, I'm speaking to the core members that are listening now. What you should understand about personal CDS, like I said earlier, is not a um, there needs to be that passion in check, right? It needs to be in place. That is the first thing you want to consider. And apart from the passion, the struggles of the sourcing for the funds, Mind the Gap has already taken that off your shoulders right now. So you don't have so much problems. All you just need to do is just to put up with what is relevant to the project and the programs that Mind the Gap is actually rolling with and running with for the year. What was the first question again, please? My one. I picked the second one.
So the first question was yes. The first question was, how did you know that you were on the right path when you were carrying out the
Okay,
project? How
yes.
did you
How
know?
did I know I was in the right track? Yeah, I actually figured. Um,
Sometimes you might want to start a project, do the project.
yes, 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 absolutely. So I actually figured I was on the right path at some point when I saw that I was gaining traction. Very tricky situation that happened. So I met this guy who didn't have money to give me, but told me, okay, I have some people that are known people in the community. So reach out to them. So he gave me a lot of names, gave me a lot of numbers, and luckily all of them were coming for the Leia festival. So, but guess what? All of them that I met, nobody gave me money. Nobody. Nobody gave me money. I now wrote to the local government where I was serving. I think those were the people that actually gave me money eventually. But I knew I was on the right track when I saw the welcoming embrace from the people that were actually going to be the beneficiaries of this project. Now, I remember the very day my project was commissioned. I don't speak Yoruba. I don't understand Yoruba either. But there's this old woman that lived by the borehole where I commissioned. The woman was just crying and praying. I don't know what she was saying, but I can remember some of my colleagues were crying. They were crying alongside with the woman because they were like, this prayer this woman is praying for you sounds like incantation, right? So I all I knew was so Amio, Amima, Amio. You guys know how Yoruba women can pray for people. Amio, Amima. That was all I knew. That was all I could respond. I don't know what she was saying. I didn't understand what she was saying. But this sense of satisfaction, this sense of warmth, and sense of achievement that sits on you when you're able to achieve a particular thing that seemed almost insurmountable, seemed very difficult. Because actually it was. I was out of time. There were no funds coming in. Service here was running out, and it was very challenging to get money, right? So a combination of all of that is what made it very difficult. But towards when I was getting traction, towards when I met Mr. Taya, and the day the project was commissioned, to that woman's prayer and everything that surrounded that vicinity and that period, the welcoming embrace, people were happy they were going to have water to drink in their homes after a very long time, because that borehole I had just been there, just lying west for several challenges that didn't really mean a lot of money, right? It wasn't so much money. It was just maybe the pump and the other little things plus the power connection. But you saw people were actually being deprived from drinking clean water, and they were drinking from the well, which is not so healthy, right? The well is not so healthy for water for drinking. So you could see that satisfaction on their faces, and then you could see the prayers that flowed through, and the happiness that flowed through. Then I knew there was something about personal CDS. Now you won't understand what I'm saying now, right? You won't understand what I'm saying right now till the day you get to commission your project. Till the day you get to see that there are people, you know, like Mr. Naya was saying earlier, you have access to computers, you have access to internet and all of that. You never can tell people that it's actually their life's dream to see those things. It's actually their life's dream. So you won't be able to tell exactly who is blessed by the little thing, you may call it little, who is going to be blessed, and their reaction by the little thing you are going to be doing to contribute to your community. Now put yourself in anybody's shoe. Somebody walks up to you and dashes you maybe a 50 million naira for you to sponsor. Let's say it's not your personal NYSC project, just a personal project. Maybe you want to get married, you want to travel to China, you want to start a business. Someone just walks up to you. Now, 50 million naira may not be anything to that person, but for you who doesn't have 50 million naira and has been trusting God for maybe 5 or 10 million naira, and somebody dashes you 50 million naira, you literally just want to crawl on the floor and hug that person and do all of that. But trust me, you won't forget that moment. You won't forget that person. Just the same way I can't forget Mind the Gap. Trust me, I can't. Whoever cares to hear about my career history, my career story, and how I moved from being a mechanical engineer to being a professional in the digital space, my story did not even start without Mind the Gap. Because back then in the university, you would just think, okay, after service year as a mechanical engineer, maybe you land in an oil company, or possibly in a construction company, or any of those big places. I never would have thought, I never would have planned that I will be landing where I am now. I'll be landing where I am now. And trust me, when I mention I've climbed some big stages I wouldn't have on a normal day. When I tell people when I tell people I did mechanical engineering, they'll be like, okay, can you draw a correlation between mechanical engineering and what you're actually doing right now? It feels very funny and very strange. It's like two different worlds apart. I mean, engineering from where to where, to digital skills, trainer. There's no correlation between the both of them. But yeah, an opportunity showed up after service here, and here we are. And now, if I want to pick a mechanical engineering job, I will want to reconsider it and reconsider it and reconsider it. Possibly, maybe the attraction could be the pay. If the pay is really, really, really good. If it's not good, I love what I'm doing. It gives me time. There is ease. I mean, it's a lot of brain work, right? But it's not so physical like what we did in engineering, cutting metals, doing all those measurements, designs, and all of that. Those of you that are engineers should be able to relate to what I'm saying. Now, the point there is there's going to be a shift at some point if you take up a personal CDS project. And trust me, you won't regret it. Trust me, you won't regret it. Just take yourself in that example that I put up. Someone dashes you 50 million naira. 50 million naira is not anything to that person. But you that is a recipient, trust me, you feel like somebody gave you the whole wide world. So put yourself in the shoes of the people that are going to be beneficiaries of what you're going to be doing, who can't afford what you're giving them, right? But they are going to be beneficiaries of when you are offering it to them. They will everly be thankful. I'm thanking MindTheGap today. I'm thanking Mr. Tayo today. I'll still do it tomorrow. Whoever cares to hear about it, I'll still do it again, right? Over and over and over again, because it changed the entire trajectory of my life. Yeah. Maya, are you there now? Okay, let's hang on for Maya for a bit. Okay, so if you have any questions, I can pick it up quickly before I let you go. Or before my work comes back, rather.
I think my wife got frozen.
Yes, it
You
got
know?
frozen at some point.
Uja, man, I mean, it was exciting hearing all those stories. Yeah, man. No, amazing.
Really?
I didn't even know the course you studied in school.
Yes.
Engineering led to building wealth, and that is the amazing things, guys. And I see that on the WhatsApp group, you guys already popping. I am already talking to some of my friends. We're gonna pull all our people together to do this, right? In every community, there are guys in the diaspora that want computers in every one of their schools, but they don't have a channel with which to do it. They want each one of the schools in their village. At least I want all the 3 schools in Iliogbo right now to have a computer lab where all the students there. I mean, and I can guarantee you, if I talk to members of my family, by force, by fire, all of them must produce at least 2 or 3 desktops each to put and ensure, and it's going to be, the linkage to you as a core member, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
the opportunities are there, and all I just want to say, it is to thank you, the man, for that project. I mean, you can wait there and be waiting for government, right? You understand? But you just saw it and you provided it, and I can guarantee you till tomorrow they are still using that well.
It is.
Maybe you need to go and visit that place and realize
Possibly I need
that. No, you need to visit. I'm serious. You need to go there, and just when you go back and look at what you did, you're like, what? I'm this good, I'm this resourceful. And there is a way it pumps you up to also realize that from that, you met great relationships beyond just me. He's a big man, I don't mind him. He's a big man. Do you understand? And I said to him, this year we are going to do amazing stuff together, because look, we don't just need 1 million people to change Nigeria. We need a few people. Trust me. And globally, you are going to be so globally relevant. Why? Because, I mean, he didn't have to do anything. All expense paid to the UK. Even I wasn't paid, right? I wasn't even sent to the UK, right? And all those brands are ready to really find young people who are really ready to join them. The secret I normally say to NYC's core members is this: the private sector have money, they don't have time. You core members, you have time, you don't have money. So if you're able to create that bridge between the private sector, and also be able to like kind of mobilize a whole lot of philanthropies, both locally and internationally, to create solution instead of waiting for government, trust me, you will be the arrowhead that is driving that effort. So I want to say thank you very much to them, man. My family can never forget that day when I had to go
inside the rain.
Inside the rain to go and look for a person for you guys. And tomorrow, I mean, to even imagine right now that the current DG of NYC actually happened to come from my village.
Yes, you mentioned that.
Oh yeah. And we're so excited that when he's there, we are all going to pump. We're going to do projects in that community that not through him, he's not bringing anything on the table. But we're going to do projects in that place that's going to make a difference. So wherever you found yourself, you as a core member, you core members now, you guys, you don't know what you are sitting on. That thing that is called the khaki advantage, that uniform you're wearing. Hey, the day you remove it like this, it's like power. It's like you leave your position as the president. You can't go to anybody again and say, I want to do this project. But I can guarantee you that I have no doubt in my mind that we're going to put, a mini, computer lab in 1,000 schools in this country. Functional. Yeah. Once I get core members who are ready to make it happen, whether it's Dell, whether it's HP, all those other organizations are very excited in supporting the activities and the job that you guys are going to be doing. So please ask us questions. Maybe maybe you're like, it's easier said than done. Oh, hey, you're talking about personal CDS. Where will I get money? Is not the most important thing. I don't know. We're still waiting for Maiwa to moderate us. But let me tell you two things I think are very important when it comes to personal CDS. Number one is this CDS, this solution you want to create, is this solving a real problem? Don't just do anything that looks nice. Look at the ones I mentioned to you. SS3 people are now going to have to do computer-based assessment. Do you know? I mean, I'm very sure you thought when you are doing your service here. Udemy, I'm very sure you were a teacher.
Yes. I was teaching in that primary school on that street. Yes, forgotten the name now.
Was it? The primary school?
Yes, on that's your house street.
Oh, Africa. Yeah. It must be Africa. I have somebody like my uncle who is based in America for a long time who will be saying, what can we do for all of these guys want to do great stuff in Nigeria? They want to do. Nigerian in diaspora, they are tired of complaining, at least the ones that I know. And I speak today, right now, we have not less than maybe about 5,000 previous MindTheGap people who are all over the country, who are all over the globe, including China, including everywhere. My own job, once you guys tell me what you want to do, is to go after them. I'm coming after you guys. You guys in Canada, in London. I'm coming after you to sponsor 10 laptop, 10 desktop to ensure we can put, a literacy, infrastructure in about 1,000 schools all across Nigeria. And through that, we're going to be, working and doing our own part, right? So the question I want to ask you, for example, Udemy, for example, is this. Engineering. What have you done with engineering since?
Sincerely, I've not done anything with engineering right now. The only thing I've been thinking of recently is to maybe further. Actually, did a master's with occupational safety and health management. I've not used it before. So ever since I got into the tech space, I've not had any reason to go back to mechanical engineering. So if I'm going to do my second master's, possibly I'll do something in that line. Possibly.
When you're about to actually hit it big, you're about to hit it big in AI and all those stuff. I mean, the course you study, guys, the course you study is good. It's foundational. I'm very sure that was what inspired him to say, I know how to do well. Use it to do something now. It might be what's going to trigger the next thing. And let me tell you one thing, you now have in the NYSC national headquarters, people who are super excited to ensure all the necessary support are provided for core members who are doing their personal CDS.
Like doing projects, yes.
That's good. At least I can tell you that one for free. And we are also committed from the private sector, the DG, the director, all the people in CDS to ensure they're able to support. Because look, the core of NYSC is CDS, is service. That's why it's called National Youth Service Corps. Right? Even if you do Said, if it doesn't turn into sell, which is what a lot of people don't know, you go to acquire a skill, but you don't know how to provide services, right? You say, I've learned how to do hairdressing, but you don't know how to convert that. How long does it take for a project to be approved? Is it possible to work on more than one project? Fantastic. Somebody just asked, how long does it take a project? Now, let me answer that question as somebody who has been working with NYC and core members. Normally, I think the NYC, even in NDHQ, by some meetings they did on December 15th, they are trying to put a timeline to approval of NYC CDS. All this long story, nobody is going to disturb your approval anymore. I think, if I know, I'm not speaking for them now, I think the maximum you might take when they finally get it right, it's going to be like 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, your proposal will you drop it to your LGI. The process is number one. Once you have an idea of a project, you first discuss it with your schedule officer. Oh, my name is this and see. I want to do a project, and the person will advise you. Oh, this is the project you want to do. Then once they advise you, they will give you, and we are going to provide also for you guidelines to. We have it on our website. Guidelines to. There's something called ABC of CDS. Guidelines to do a personal CDS. Once you follow the personal CDS, the day you submit your proposal to your LGI, I'm not saying that's what they are going to agree on. I can guarantee you in 2 weeks going forward, and I'm going to also work with them to see how we can make that happen. In 2 weeks, you are going to have your approval. Because it's going to move from your LGI to your I believe it's going to move to zonal inspector. I don't know, but from zonal inspector, it's going to move maybe to your head of CDS to your state coordinator. All those 4 to 5 levels, I can guarantee you it can happen in 2 weeks. And we're going to push for it to ensure it doesn't go more than 2 weeks. The second question is it possible to work on more than one project? Yes. In fact, you are encouraged to do multiple projects. For example, and the reason for that is because some of us as core members, you are so smart. And I'm not saying that to hype you. And I met a few of you. You're so smart that in 6 to 7 months, what you can do, and especially when you're not doing too heavy projects. If you are doing project of 10 million, that can slow you down. Little projects and in multiple ways is a way to show that you are, like you normally put on your CV, I can work with minimal supervision. That's the way to prove it. I'm very creative. That's the way to show it. Show it by touching different areas of the need of your community. For example, somebody that says, I want to set up like a 5 desktop computer lab in my school, in one school. You understand? You send your proposal in, you get your approval, you're able to get all your sponsors, get the community involved, do the training for all the people that are going to be involved. In 1 month, that project is done. In 1 month, that project is done. Do this. Then you train the people that are going to be managing it for sustainability's sake. Then you hand it over officially to maybe a core member in that same school, if that's not where you are serving, to ensure you monitor it, that you go back there once in a month to be sure you're achieving the reason why you did it. Somebody else can say, you know what, it's not enough for me to do it. I even want to set up some kind of a mini, club, and your project doesn't have to be building something. It can be services. I want to set up like, a digital literacy club in my school or in my community. And what do I want to do? I want to put together about 10 to 15. It doesn't have to be a lot of numbers. 10 to 20 young people in my host community. I want to put them together in my community where I am. Find somebody who's also living in the community. Say, can we help these young people? I might not understand you how to speak Yoruba like Udeme did not, but can you join me? I'm going to tell you what to say. Even that has weight to realize that you can go to a village where you don't understand their language and you're able to still cut across and you're able to do something. That it shows you that you are a magic, you are a champion, right? Women that no obstacle, Udeme, not at this level. If you go to Russia now, you must crack it. Right?
What
are you talking? You can leave that one, say, I'm starting a computer literacy club. You leave that one, you say, oh, I want to help, another set of businesses in that host community to put their businesses, on Google My Business, to put their businesses on YouthBizNG. Just one month for each one of all these projects, and you're able to do 3 to 4 projects. When you are leaving, they must give you status title.
Yes. And I wanted to add something to that actually. There is a national award and there's a state award, right?
Yes.
That comes with all these projects. So if you increase your surface area of luck, the more you do. Just to add to that, the more you do, the more valuable projects you do, you increase your surface.
While for me, MindTheGap with them, one of the things I don't want to encourage come back. Don't do it because of awards.
Yes.
All the people that have won awards that I'm privileged to know, some of them even win national award. They are not relevant. They're not relevant. They just do it. They just want to do projects so that they can win national award. That's boring. That's boring.
Absolutely boring.
Somebody say, how can we access the resources you said are available for our personal CDS? Now, thank you very much for that question. Vita Group. Resources are in 2 levels. We have a statement in MindTheGap. We normally say, money is never a reason why anything important should not be done. That is our philosophy. We believe so much in that, and it has helped us. Because there is money everywhere, but money is not all you need. In fact, like I was trying to say, the most important project you can do is what we call sensitization and advocacy. Awareness. Just look for something that is big, that you love to, and you want others to know. Just create 5 to 10 to 50 to 100 young people in your community. Say, look, I finished with a 3rd class, but I believe that you don't have to do that. Let me give you awareness on how not to fail. That is a CDS project. You understand? And for that one, you don't need anything. All you need is yourself. In fact, I encourage everybody to do a project that requires no resources in terms of money. The only resources you need is yourself and your brain. Because let me tell you the secret. The most successful entrepreneurs today, what they do, they use their brain. Not there is a lot of money elsewhere. That's level 1. Level 2, when it comes to, available resources. The resources are all, number 1, in my book, I wrote, 5 levels of financing your greatness. You can't use your money as a core member to do your project. You cannot. You are forbidden to use your own money. If you use your own money, we are not going to support you, right? The most you can use your own money to is to develop yourself, So after you have done that, because what makes your project really interesting, most personal CDS relate to digital literacy. No, Saka Sukurat, it doesn't have to relate to digital literacy. It can relate to anything. Water, it can, and once it's a problem and you are solving it, it's whatever. Of course, digital literacy is very good because it helps with other people. That recommended. How can we access the available resources mentioned? It's okay. So let me quickly trash that one. Number 1 is friends and family, and I know there are ongoing discussions to say, can I mobilize my friends and family? I mean, NYC can usually have a seat to know from your parent or from whatever. But again, if you have friends that can support you, I strongly advise that in fact, for you, this is the time to call upon your friends. Hey, I see a problem in my community, come and help me to solve it. Right? The same way I see a problem in my family member, come and help me to solve it. For crying out loud, that's number 1. Number 2, in the community itself, for those of you who are working in a PPA where you are very useful, and that's why you need to be useful in your community. Your PPA is your greatest supporter. They say, this guy is so good, he wants to do this project, we are going to support you. Then 3rd is mobilizing money from the diasporas who are from that community using Facebook and all those platforms. Once you actually create a what's it called now, a DP size profile for your picture, one of the platforms we are going to create will be a place where you can crowdfund and crowdsource. Then, of course, the 4th level is corporate partnership, where you go to corporate organizations whose projects and CSR are aligned very well with what you want to do. And all these projects we mentioned to you, for example, and many more, once you align with the SDGs, they are projects that will always find support. And we are here to train you. My own job, and I'm saying it publicly, my own job is to train you how to raise funds. Not just to give you, to train you how to raise, and we're going to raise it together. Can you work together with another core member, even if you are at different CDS? Let's say the project is not something you can do alone. In fact, Alimat Suleiman, you are fantastic. We encourage, joint CDS. You join personal CDS. It was discussed extensively during the last NYC CDS project. You are permitted to look for co-founders. That is why you see whether it's Facebook, whether it is Google, they are what is called co-founders. Two of you can come together and say we want to do this project. So you don't have to be your CDS, just come together, make sure you're in the same local. Just make sure you're in the same state. I think that's the most important thing. While you are doing this, the person is doing that. In fact, I encourage people, even if you have your own personal CDS by yourself. She is here. He worked with all his fellow core members. When I met him that time, I insisted, go and bring your fellow core members, because anything you are doing all by yourself doesn't have sustainability. In fact, have a core member that is like a stream or a batch behind you who can sustain the project after you have left. So, Alima, I hope that answers your question. Okay, in terms of language barrier, yes, you can. In fact, your advice, if you are during my own service, I served in the best states in Nigeria. Oh, I served in Zamfara State, so right, and I didn't understand. I didn't know how to speak Hausa, but I had people around me who could speak Hausa. That I was walking through them to navigate, and trust me, 20 how many years down the line, 1999, 2000, 25 years. 26 years down the line, I'm still grateful for some of the people that I met during my service here, whose relationship is still vital to some of the projects. We got a project that is called Experience AI that we are currently doing. The person that gave us that recommended us for that project, I met him during my service here.
Wow.
Which is one of the other things I want to say to you. Relationships. This is one of the greatest assets NYC give you. Connect with people. If you leave NYC, you can't tell me 3 to 4 to 5 maximum people that have now become your best friend. You wasted your service year. All right. So Alimatu is encouraged. Find people that can work with you, that you can do this project together. Back to the question of finding resources. Resources, in fact, leveraging this personal CDS project to know how to raise funds will be your greatest achievement. And that is what has helped me. I might not be able to build, the refinery like Aligo Dangote. I might not be able to build, what's it called? Atlantic, like Lagos State government and Mr. President. I might not even be able to build Lagos Calabar Highway. That's who the man will be taking very soon. These are big stuff. I don't know how people think. When you see people do big stuff, where I'm wearing this jersey, I'm celebrating our guys that played an amazing soccer yesterday. That soccer was good. These are great things that individuals are doing to make people happy in this country. I know people are not happy because we lost, but when you watch that match, these are people, they put all of their life.
They did it.
They put their life into it. Hey, what are you going to do with yourself? What part of this country are you going to be a solution to? This is what this country needs. We have everything ready, but someone who wanted to sponsor us just backed out. How do we move on from here? Let me tell you, like I said, the pressures the most important thing is not only one person should be your sponsor, right? Not only one person. You should think widely. Remember what I said. One of the greatest assets is different from learning how to build skill. Look, skill that you build that you don't know how to create into solution, it's no skill at all. And that's what the CDS, personal CDS, does for you. It helps you to know how to do community engagement, advocacy. In fact, we have 5 things that we normally say every successful business, every successful project must have. Number one, it must be well researched. You must do your research very well to ensure the problem you want to solve is not just a nice idea in your own head. Number two, it must be well explained, which means that after you have seen the solution, then you go around to do advocacy, explaining it to key stakeholders, people that matter. Don't just say, oh, it's a nice idea in my head. Who is interested in solving this problem? And AI is there right now. Just put it there on Gemini. Oh, I'm living in Surulere local government. Who might be interested in solving, this kind of problem in Surulere? Boom. You'll be shocked. Businesses, individuals, people that have been searching about SWOT project, people that have been writing about that idea. Gemini will give you, boom, and you list them out. 5 people, 10 organizations, 5 individuals, people that matter in the community who are interested in solving this problem. Write a nice proposal after getting approval from your LGI. Write a nice proposal, not too long, 1-page proposal. My name is the Precious Deyi. I am a core member serving in your local government. I love what the government is doing, but as a young person that is also very passionate about solving community problems, I have seen this problem and I want to be a solution. And I know we have good people in this community who are interested in solving the problem. I'm available to work with you to solve this problem. Please give me time to come and see you. Don't mention money yet. Don't say it's going to cost any amount. Let me just have time to come and discuss, and they will give you access. And let them know if it's an APC state. Oh, this is in line with the agenda of Mr. President. Write it to the local government chairman. He will invite you. I'm telling you, you have to learn how to align whatever you are doing with what the government in power is doing.
Exactly.
It's a trick that works. Yeah? It's going to help to solve the Sustainable Development Goal 8, target 10. It's going to help to achieve the Renew Hope agenda. It's going to help to achieve national youth policy or state youth policy. Just look. That's why you have to be informed when you are writing, not just any weak things. When you have strong points, and you don't have to do all this alone. We are here to help you craft some of it. We have templates of writing all these letters that we can give you. We are going to drop it on that group. Take the template. Just change the address, change the name. You don't have to do anything for AI. And send it there. So don't wait on just one person. Identify at least about, number 1, individuals in the community. Number 2, associations in the community. Number 3, government organizations in the community, local government, politicians, companies in the community, people from the community in the diaspora. Develop the capacity to know how to write proposal, do a write-up on Facebook, to reach out to this. Don't forget, you are almost a jobber, you are government picking. And you are helping them to solve the problem. They are not from Canada where they are, they can't solve the problem in their community. Just tell them, I'm going to help you solve this problem. Right? So please, this is one thing I want to encourage you guys. If you get backed, if the person backed out, tell the person, don't give us money, just give us technical assistance. Some people don't even have to give you money, it's technical assistance. And don't work with 3, don't work with 1, work with 2, work with 3. For as many of you, all these technical problems you're having, drop it on the group. We're going to work with you, understand each other. And not just only me, we have a group of 5 people who are going to be working with, who have done projects. They have done projects. And once you start doing this project right now, you become a problem solver. You become a generation leader, not just people that are waiting for a leader in Abuja. I am a leader here, and I'm going to solve this problem. And I'm going to leverage AI to help me. You go and put it in, this question you type, go and put it in Gemini AI. We have everything ready, but someone who wanted to sponsor us backed out. How do we move forward? Just type it there. You'll be shocked. So Abraham say, I run a technology startup company. Can I, as a co-founder, use the startup to fund the project? That's a fantastic project, and I will leave that one to NYC officials to answer. But I think you can, because it's not your own personal money, it's your company's money, and your company wants to be. And in fact, your company should be solving a problem. And and the secret is, Abraham and every one of you will accelerate the relevance of your company when you can find a problem to solve, especially if it's a problem that is related to the interest of your company. I believe we need to clarify that one with NYC officials, but I believe it is possible. The reason why NYC is saying, don't use your money, don't go and collect money from your father who is rich. Number 1 is so that people don't put themselves under pressure to start using their own money to do projects. NYC doesn't want that, because your welfare matters. And if they find out, they might disqualify your project. Number two is they don't want people to start, collecting money from their father to the extent that people who don't have father, who don't have parents, who don't have uncles that can give them such money, they will now also feel liable. But one of the argument we're having them is if somebody has a father that can do a project in a community, as far as this, they are not doing it because of award, let them do it too.
And then,
Let them do it too. You are not doing it because of award. I just want to, for example, Abraham say I run a technology company. If he says he wants to put 5 laptops in a secondary school where they don't have, or desktop, why should we stop him? Right? And he knows that by the time he takes that desktop to that community and he tells them, oh, I'm a technology, I also want to train you guys in doing this. I want to run a one hour every Wednesday as part of my side contribution to the community, and I want to identify it as my personal CDS. Wallahi, anyone stop you, come and talk to me. We will fight for you. I will carry placard. All right. Mr. Tayo, thanks for answering the previous question about resources. But in case my project requires funding, not just intellectual resources, does MindTheGap aid in any way? Like I've said to you, our job in MindTheGap is not to give you fish. It's to teach you how to fish.
right.
Because if you say we want to, our goal, like I said, this year is to support and up to mobilize resources for 1,000 from MindTheGap alone. Do you get? Right. So we don't want to limit, because some of you say, oh, MindTheGap, how much do they have? You will write us off. We're not saying it from our own money alone, but we teach you together. We will teach you how to fish, and together we work with you to ensure that you are able to get that. We've done it. It's not a story. You have success story. Very soon we are putting up this success story on our website. You understand? So that you see. And some of them have turned out to become big guys. Right? So please don't. It's not MindTheGap. We have been privileged to do it in 17 years. So we want to teach you how we did it. And if you follow, we know of a surety that it will work if you're not lazy. Right? So the quietness, Chris and Nangu 7765 says, sorry, Udeme, we are taking so much of your time.
It's fine, sir.
He says, sir, my question is, I really don't know how to mobilize the diaspora community in where I serve. Is it possible to reach to a company in the community to sponsor my personal CDS project? Like we said, there are different ways you can do this project. Diaspora, I only mention it like an option because I know, not that they told me, that I travel a lot. Many of all these guys in diaspora, they are looking for how to be a part of the solution, not a problem. It's a reality. The diaspora, the money that diaspora sent to Africa, to Nigeria, is more than the money we make from oil. And most of all those money goes into education, and many of them are not even getting the result they want. So many of them are looking for a platform that they can solve the problem in their community without necessarily going through even their family members. I know that one for sure. And there are some of the guys in the diaspora are watching right now. So I'm working for you guys to ensure we can create a pipeline through which you can solve that healthcare problem in your community. You can solve that education problem in your community. You can solve that unemployment problem in your community. We are positioning ourselves at MindTheGap to be a channel through NYSC where this can be solved. All right. So final question that you asked me is, look for companies in your community. And like I said, don't just wait on just one. It can be individual. It's called philanthropist. You understand? MindTheGap did that a lot. It can be company. It can be associations. For example, association of vulcanizers, association of plumber, association of tailors. Just go to them and say, hey, we know you guys are trying to do this thing. All these tires that's causing problem. Can I work with you to reuse these tires? They don't know what to do with it because they have to pay to dispose those tires. You go to them and say, I want to help you. I know somebody that did a project like that. Today, that's one of the things she does full time. So collecting tires from, they used to pay to dispose the tire in Lagos. So they were like, don't worry, give me the tires. They were like, oh yeah, come and take. Start using the tires to make furnitures and other things and she was selling as part of our own renewable program. I've asked my team to go and pull out all those projects we are going to list so that you know different things you can do. So go to association, go to companies, go to individuals. Just don't stop. Different dimensions. and reach out to us beyond just this chat so that we can also look at the peculiar cases. We're going to create an FAQ, frequently asked questions, to answer some of all those questions so that you guys will be empowered and equipped. You don't need to see Mr. Tayo before you get this thing done, or you don't need to see Udeme before you get it done. The platform is there for you to make it happen. And I look at some of you, I check the WhatsApp group. It's amazing. The number is almost 200, right? That means to show that Nigerian youth are ready. And let me say this to you. I do so much in this administration. And one of the mandates that the government has given to us is the president said, young people, come, let us do it together. The innovation that is going to come. Imagine if we can get 10,000 core members doing different CDS all around the country, making a difference. Because you are almost a job and the government is paying you to start with. So let's take the policies of government to our local communities and let them know I'm here to advance this project that the government promised you, because I am government, because you are. So finally, I have very insightful conversation here, interesting. I did a personal CDS last school term, trained SS3 students on how to use CBT. God bless you. God will help you. That is a serious project.
Very serious
Everybody here can do that. You don't need money. Go to the school next to say, Mr. Principal, I want to help your students to know how to pass CBT. I have the CBT software. I'm going to install it on a desktop, and I want them to practice with it. And I know that if I do this, every principal will open their door, including Lagos, that is always too difficult. And if they hold you, come back to us, we'll help you to advance it. I think we have spent so much time here so that we can all go into other things. If you have any other question, I think you can go to the WhatsApp group. And please don't be selfish. Don't say, it's for our CDS alone. Let's reach out to other fellow core members. Do you want to do a personal CDS to make a difference and to also improve the quality of your CV? Like I normally say, one of the things you can get from your personal CDS is to enrich your CV.
Correct.
That you are somebody that HR organization should take a second look at. Because if in your CV, which we call achievement-oriented CV, you say, during my 7 years, I successfully completed training of 50 to 100 students who are preparing for CBT. And out of them, 10 of them successfully passed. It shows that you are a responsible person. And any organization company will give you a second look. People are no more looking for first class or the class of degree. They look at what can you do. All right? And I believe it's been an amazing time. We can't find Mayowa again. So we are just going to exit ourselves. And I hope somebody can shut off the YouTube so that it doesn't continue to record. Admin, we are done. If you are done, so that we can release our participant. You can watch this video again and share it with your friends and comment even on YouTube, and we'll be able to kind of answer you. How many of you know you can actually create a YouTube channel for your host community? How many of you know you can actually create a YouTube channel for your host community and report what is happening in your community?
What is happening there? Exactly. Report what is happening there.
You report what is happening there. Success thing. Somebody is doing birthday, go and carry them. Just learn how to do content creation. You are going to be making money also. All right, so guys, let's think out of the box and let's do something. Share this link and let somebody also be impacted. Hey, Angel Mercy.
Thank you very much, sir.
Angel Mercy will teach you how to use AI to develop your content, to create your video. You are in for a great time. We're going to teach you how to use AI to generate, to answer questions, to develop your proposal, to generate your slide, to anything AI can help you to. Angel Mercy and her team are here to help you make it happen. She's international and global.
Angel Mercy.
Thank you very much, sir.
All right, bye, Mercy.
Yes, thank you very much for the insightful section. Thank you, Mr. Udeme. And so please, everyone on this call, ensure you sign the attendance link. It's very important. And we would like to just get your feedback on our social media pages. So if you're not following us, please follow us on our social media pages and ensure that you're engaging with our posts. So thank you so much, Mr. Tayo. Thank you, Mr. Udeme. And thank you to Mr. Mayowa in absentia.
Thank you, sir.
From this end, it's a goodbye.
Bye. See you guys.